We're going to have the questions for the two of them at the end of Paolo's presentation, because in order to save on time, right? Because we don't want the food to run out downstairs, right? Please, Paolo.
Okay, thank you very much. I have to be very short because, in fact, the time is running out. So, my paper I put aside. I just wanted to take up some challenges that has been presented in his presentation 2 days ago by Mr. Yakunin, where I said that we have basically to decide what is primary, what comes primary: values over money, product manufacturing over money, finance speculation. And he also then said that he asked us, why don't we try to formulate some proposal, some ideas to answer to this question. So now, my very short intervention wanted to touch, in fact, a few points in this respect. The most important challenge is how to bridge today, not in 20 years or 5 years, ethical values, moral values into economy. What can we do now? What can we do without, let's say, waiting a tremendous shake-up and so on and so forth? As it was said before, maybe a revolution comes and so on. But what shall we do? And I think a few things we can at least present as an idea, as a proposal. First of all, this question has been presented by Professor Reviglio. We are working somehow together from different standpoint on the long-term investment. So what is the meaning of long-term investment? Long-term investment is not just a slogan. We say, okay, let's move from one place to another, but is a way to respond to change those people who are working in the fields: corporation, funds, insurance, banks, that they are still there. They will not disappear tomorrow. Even if we are talking about many things, they will not disappear. But how can we convince them to move away from short-term speculation in which they are totally in, as Mr. Rudloff reminded us this morning, because he said it is a task of the government to make rules. Till you have we have no rules. In other words, till you do not create new rules, we will continue as before. We are allowed to continue as before. In other words, we were allowed to speculate. Some more, some less, some with more careful attitude. But the question is, long-term investment means that we are working with the managers, with the bankers, with insurance and so on, to transform convince them that to move away from finance into credit. Because it's two different things: credit system and financial system. Credit system is inevitably based on long term. There are also some short-term credit, but the credit system is a long-term because it is related to physical economy, real economy, infrastructure investment, to things that has been said also this morning require, also Mr. Yakunin was told, or he said it, to produce or to renovate infrastructure require 10, 15, 20, 25 years. So this is a way to translate in concrete terms ethics, values in reality, away from short-term investment. This means speculation de facto, to long-term investment that is a way to also to deal with the crisis. Second point. The second point has to do, again, I mean, banking finance function. Still now on the basis